Yeah, so all good. Let me come to my string, come to my folder, directory, whatever you want to call it. So why today less number of students? Any event or any something today? What is today? Is anything today of college? Okay. So let me know where we stop in the last session. Anyone can let me know what were the last point we discussed in last session? What was the last point we discussed? Yes, anyone? Yeah, Aneri, Atharva, Yogesh. What was the last point we discussed? You are commenting. There's no need to. You can comment. Okay. Let me open my comment box. Okay, comments. Very good, Atharva. So the last point we discussed was the comments. So anyone can let me know the three types of comment we discussed?
Yes,
Yes.
single line comment,
Hmm.
multi-line comment, and documentation comment.
Very good, Aneri. Very good. So these were the three types, and we found that documentation comment are very useful when dealing with your project as well as different large amount of code. Okay. So today, in today's session, we will be going to see and we will be have some introduction to a very important thing, that is your your variables. Variables, not Java. So now what is a variable? Okay. So let's see it. So the reason we are going slow is because Java is a very good language. If your basics are clear, you can do a code very easily. That's why we are going simple, and very simply. We are discussing all the points. And one more thing, discussing about variables, comments, compile, run, main method. The reason of discussing these all things, the Java is used for basically Android development. Mostly it is used for Android development. So that's why I'm covering all the points. In future, if you want to become an Android developer, these things you need to be know. Okay. So I'm not going with the college syllabus. So if I go with that speed, the syllabus will cover very fastly. Okay. So yeah, let's begin. Here we will going to see introduction and declaration of variables. Of what? Variables. So by the name variable, what you came to know? A variable, a simple variable. Okay. So a variable is a name. What it is a name. To whom it is given? It is given to a your memory location. Remember simple definition of a variable. So a variable, what you called it as a variable, is a name given to a memory. Okay. So which memory? So we are going to see now. Basically, it is allocated to a memory. Okay. And why it is used? It is used to store. The variable is used to store a value. In variable, basically you store a value that may vary. Okay, so you can store any value in the variable. It is a very important thing which type of value we are storing in a variable. As we know, what we know, Java is statically. Again, repeating the same point again and again in every lecture, Java is statically typed language. Java is a statically typed language, and hence all. Let me write in proper format, and hence all the variables. What are your variables? And all the variables are declared before use. So any variable you want to use, you need to declare it before you are using it. Okay. So basically, I am declaring. Suppose take an example. If I am declaring example int x equal to 5. So before using it, I need to declare it. Means suppose I want to declare it. Before I am using it, I can use it further in any way. Okay. So in this way you can remember. Okay. So yeah, this was a general introduction of a variable. Now let's see how we generally use the variable. So the first point came here. That is your variable variable declaration. So how you can declare a variable? Okay. So let's see how you can declare a variable. So simple method as I mentioned in text. This is a general in every language like C, C++, or your C, C++ generally follow the same syntax to declare a variable. And same way we follow in the Python itself. Okay. So what does it do? It does declares a variable. It declares a variable named x of type int. Okay. Int means your integer, covering all basic concept to better understand. Okay. So at this point, what we have done here, at this point, it has been it has been allocated a memory. Okay, it has allocated a memory. So in Java, basically you should know about how the memory is allocated. Okay, how the memory is allocated, but its value is not yet set. So this is an interview question. Whenever interviewer asks you what is variable declaration, generally students say this is a variable declaration, but this is not correct answer. The variable declaration means only this part. Int x here is a variable declaration. This is not a variable declaration. Remember this part. Okay. This point, this much only called your variable declaration. And the reason you need to tell is that here the value is not yet set. This is called your variable declaration. Is this point clear? Variable declaration? A very important question, okay? A
Yes.
very important question. There, many students get confused here. In any language, talking about any language, same concept is repeated, okay? But in Java, it is focused mode. It is focused mode. As I told you that the Android development is done here, as well as your some web application, desktop application and made. So industry focus on your basics, okay? They need a proper Java developer. Java developer is a separate post. You cannot see more posts for C++ developer and C developer, but there is more posts for Java developer. If you don't believe me, go on Google and search for Java developer, C++ developer, and C developer. You can see the Java developer having a huge demand in the industry. Nowadays in college also, there are almost 7 to 8 companies who need Java developer, only Java developer. Okay, so their interview basically focuses on this type of questions, basics question, starting with the basics question. So next part is variable initialization. So now here came the main part, that is your x equal to 10. Here we are doing initialization. Remember this thing, okay? So that this part is generally doing initialization the variable x with the value 10. Okay, so now the variable has both a type, that is your int, and is a type int, and the value that is your 10. So okay, so if you have declared int x already here, then no need to write again int x equal to 10. No need to write. If you have declared here already, just write x equal to 10. It is knowing that it is a type of int. Okay, so this is a variable initialization. So before doing a variable initialization, the thing is you need to do a variable declaration. Talking about my interview experience for Java role, I have faced this question. Okay, I have faced this question. Not me. You can ask any Java developer. If your friend or any relative is working as a Java developer, ask him this question. Is this a famous question for interview or not? Most of most of the time we know how to code, but this concept we don't know. Simple part, basic part. So yeah, now let's come about the displaying the value. For displaying the value, as we have already discussed, we use system.println, and the value of your x is generally we write here plus and x. Okay, so what it prints the value of x to the console. So this is a general part of your variable declaration. So let's see code for it now. Okay, we can see the code for it. So let me write you here a code for it. Let me write a code. Sorry, let me write a code for you. So this class name should be generally what is your file name. Hope you remember this point. Anyone? Have you forgotten or remember the point? What I have discussed earlier. You need to write a class name as your variable name. Okay. What is this error is showing? Okay, no issue. I have to look at this. Let me write a whole code for you now. Okay, here. So in main method we have our code. So let me take that code for you. So this was our basic code that day we see. Let me write here itself again. So we don't need this class hello world here now. We need only a public static void and your system.println. This part we need only. Okay. So proper indentation is given. Huh. Okay. Let me run it. Let me see what is happening for it. Okay. The code will work or not. Let me see. Okay, it is giving same because the reason is here. I have given space, I think. Mm, underscore is not considering. Let me rename it. So we can write in this way now. Let me write here for you variables, only variables dot Java, and there we can write this code. Okay. So you can see the error it is given basically for an underscore. It is not considering in the class. So let me go to a variables. Where is my variable created? Okay, downloads here. Let me copy the same code here. Okay, now there is no error. Let me delete this line for now and let me write our variable declaration. Okay, so let's see a variable declaration. So you can see the use and application of VS Code. It shows you where you get error. Okay, so this is a proper use of VS Code. So VS Code help you in debugging the code. Variable initialization. So what is now variable initialization? In this way I am writing, sorry spelling, initialization. So if there is a spelling mistake, you can correct from your side of x equal to 10. So now displaying it. Okay. So the value, displaying the value of the variable. So now I can write here system dot out. Sorry, system dot out dot print ln, and in that I can write the value of x is x. Let me save it and run it. Okay, so I got the output. Let me clear my console and run it again for you. You can see I got at output as a 10. Okay, so here we will learn how the variable is declared, how the variable is initialized. Okay, so up to now, any doubt? Anyone in this part? Any doubt? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's move further now. So this was a general part of your variable declaration. Now there are some naming conventions. So this is a simple part. Let me cover it quickly. In same thing I will be writing again. Let's check the variable convention, how it is generally given, which standard you need to follow. Okay. So I am will telling some points. Please note in your notebook. I will be also writing if some there are important things. Okay. So a variable name should be short and meaningful. As I repeated earlier also, a variable name should be a short and the meaningful. Okay, remember, it should begin with a lowercase letter. So in industry, the practice is following that you should begin you begin your variable name with a lowercase. Okay, and if you're naming anything, please use a lowercase. Let me write the heading here. Variable naming convention in Java. Okay. So your word should be a meaningful. I'm writing in short. Meaningful. It should be a short. Okay. Third point. That you need to begin. Begin means start. Start with the lowercase. Start with lowercase. Then fourth thing you need to remember is that it can begin with special character. You can begin. You can start with special characters such as underscore or your dollar. If it is required, then you can start. Okay. No issues. Then fifth thing you can remember, if the variable name contain multiple words, okay, if your variable name contain multiple words, use an camel case. Okay, what is now camel case? How you can write the camel case? For example, you can write in this way. So example, you can follow in this way. So I want to write a Kodia, so I can write Kodia in this way. Okay, follow this type of. This is called a camel case in this way. Okay, if there are multiple words, and remember always try to avoid single character variable names such as we generally write in this way x y. It does not show any importance. Okay, for but practicing earlier we use this type of words like a b. Don't use. Okay, don't use single letter. Okay, the next point, a variable name cannot contain white spaces. Suppose I need to write a variable name like number 1. This is not a correct way. This is not. This is not. This is not correct way. So what is correct way? You need to write in this way. Either you can write this way or you can write in this way. Both will work fine. Okay. And we cannot use keyword. So for example, I cannot declare a variable like in this way. Int public. So public cannot be used. Int public is equal to 5. So this is wrong practice. That is, don't don't declare, or you can say don't use keyword keywords for variable name. Okay, so these are some 8 important points. Please go through it. Please go through it. Read it properly. Okay, done.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move further. Talking about some more important thing. Generally, it is asked in MCQs. That is the Java keywords. So what is keywords? Can anyone let me know what is keyword according to you? Anything you know about the keywords?
Keyword means their value is already specified, means we
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
change in those.
yeah. Correct, correct. So keywords are basically reserved words. They are already reserved. Okay. So let me go to my screen again. So remember in this way that So it is basically a reserved words. Keywords are basically reserved words. Means it can't be used for any other purpose for variable declaration and other things. Okay, these are predefined words, therefore they can't be used as a variable name. Okay, can't be can't be used as a variable name. And if we will use keyword as a variable name, the result will be, anyone can let me know that result, what we will get the result, what will be the name of that error. It is an MCQ question. Anyone knows? Anyone knows what error we get? I'm writing it. Let me know. If anyone knows, you can let me know. So basically, if you use it as a variable name, you will get compile time error. If you don't believe on me, go and run your code by declaring any variable. Okay. It is a very good question in interview. If we will use keyword as a variable name, the result will be a compile time error. Okay. The list of Java keywords. You should know some Java keywords. It is not possible to remember all, but slowly you will be getting to know all the keywords in Java. So the keyword are basically your public, static, default, long, int, then boolean, break, continue, protected, static, super. These are different keywords. Okay, we will be, means while learning Java, you will come to know what will be the keywords, different types of keyword. Okay, so now let me ask you some questions. Simple thing. So what is the correct way of writing is declaring or initializing a variable? So suppose I'm writing int x equal to 10 and I'm writing into 1 x equal to 10. Which is the correct method? Can anyone let me know? Which one is correct?
First one.
Okay, first one
First.
is, this is correct. This is correct way. So on second one is not, because we didn't start any variable starting with a number itself. Okay, wrong way. Wrong way. So let's move further now. We have this point. I think, hope it is clear. Now the next thing I'm going to start with a very important thing again. That is your data types. Every language has a data types. Some may be same, some may be different. No issues. We will be going to see in Java what are the data types in Java. What are different data types in Java? Okay. So in Java, so according to you, what is the data type? First, let me ask you, according to what you know about the data type. If I have say you, oh, data type, what is the data type according to you?
Data types means which type of data is define that.
Okay, data type is which type of data type it is defining. Okay, good. Let me discuss it. Okay. So in data type generally, so data type defines the type of the value that can be stored. Is whatever value you be storing, you will declare a variable, give it some data type. Okay. For example, if you want to declare a int data type, it can only store the integer value. It can't store a float value or string value in that way. In Java, there are two categories of data type. Okay. So in Java, basically there are two types of category. We will going to see the category. Okay. So let me write first a basic definition for you of the data type. The data type defines the type of value that can be stored in a variable. Okay. Remember in this way. So it generally consists of two types, two categories or two types. Let me write a categories. It sounds good, that's why I'm writing categories. So first thing is your primitive data type. Okay, so let's see the primitive data type. Then the second time is your non-primitive data type. Okay, not any big deal to remember it. Primitive and non-primitive data type. Okay, so we will begin with now primitive data type. So primitive data type. So remember, primitive data type is a predefined by the language, okay, and is named by a keyword or a reserved keyword. Reserved keyword, we've seen what is a reserved keyword of keywords. Both the things are same. There are generally 8 types of primitive data types in Java, such as your int, boolean, char, then short, byte, long, float, and which one I forgot? That is double. Okay, double. Remember it. So let me write for you here, so you can note it. There are generally 8 types. Let me write one by one here. So in this way, I can write first type. First is, let me take a boolean. So what is boolean? Boolean data type specify only one byte. Okay, you can remember some important points. Specify only 1 bit of information. It is used to store only two possible values. Can anyone let me know that two possible values? That is your true or false.
True and false.
Yeah, very good. Second is your byte. You cannot see byte in C, C++, but there is a byte in Java. What is the byte? So byte data type is 8-bit. Remember this. Why I'm writing this 1 bit, 8-bit? This is a famous question. Okay, they check. Do you know about this 8-bit sign? Okay, so its value generally lies between. You can check if you want to check. I am also going to check. I am writing for code to you also. Okay, this is the general range of it. So 8-bit means minus 128 to 127. Any number can be used for the byte. Okay, for the 8-bit, and that the data type name is byte. Okay, so here you can remember that the maximum value is your 127, and that is including. Okay, you can take check for 127 value itself by taking like this byte x equal to 127. You can check your code will be running. If you print this, you will be getting 127. So the byte data type is most commonly used to save memory in large arrays. Okay, 8 is used means if you have a less value, you can go with a byte. But if you have some long range of values, then what to use? You can go with a short. In short, 16-bit. 16-bit, remember the point. 16-bit direct contains a 16-bit. And what is its range? So in the notebook, I have written its range to you. That is minus 32768 to 32767. You can check here. It goes to the same value I am writing here, but one less than it, and it is inclusive. Okay, it is not excluded value; it is included value. Okay, so this is basically used in large arrays. You can consider as you go further, the size will be increasing. Now for int, there will be the 32-bit. Okay, so it can hold the value between. No need to remember this number. No one will be asking you this huge number. Okay, but for information purpose, I am writing you. Okay, I am giving you, providing this information. So again, I need to write same thing: 2147482. Sorry, 6. What is that? 483. Is something I got mistake. Okay, sir. Sir, I have to write here again: 648 483. And what is forwarded it? Again, it is given as 121474832147483 648, then 2147483 and 646. 4, 8. The default value of the int data type is 0. So you can remember that default value is 0. So this is some additional information I am providing you in MCQ. This may ask, okay. Then long. So in case of long will be of your 64-bit, and here generally the range is quite large. That is not writing the whole number. I will use here 2 raised to 63 up to 2 raised to 63 minus 1. Okay, the default value of long data type is 0. So here also the default value is 0. So we covered the sixth and the seventh. Okay, 5 points we covered. The sixth is your float. So in float data type is used to store which number? Which number we store in float?
Decimal.
Decimal.
Yeah, decimal or a floating point number. Floating point number. So here the float data type is a 32-bit. Okay, again 32-bit. So it can hold 6 to 7 decimal digits. You can remember in this way, 6 to 7 decimal digits. 6 to 7 decimal digits. Okay. So generally it is recommended to use float instead of double. There is also a double which is used for same decimal point number, but generally in industry and in your companies it is preferred to use float instead of double. No, you need to use double. You can use and go with the float. Okay, it is recommended. That's why if you need to save memory in large arrays of a floating point number, you can use it. And again here the default value of float is, let me write in the next line. Default value of float is, here the default value of float is 0.0x. Okay, now seventh point came. So let me write here again. Your float is of 32-bit. Seventh data type is double. Here you can see the double. So double data type is generally used to store again your decimal values. Here the same thing, double data type is used for a double precision. So here is a 64-bit here, and the data type generally, the default value generally chooses as your 0.0D. Okay, and the next eighth one data type is a char data type. In char, in char, it is used to store characters. The char data type is a single, again writing single 16-bit. Why single? Only one at a time it store. Okay, A or a B or C or Z, any underscore, any double, any float. You can see, we are going to see how the char is storing only single 16-bit in it. Okay, single 16-bit Unicode character. A very important point. Okay, so this was all about your, what is this? Primitive data type. Is it clear? Primitive data type, simple thing. Is it clear?
Yes.
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 Okay. So very important thing. Okay, remember primitive data type, non-primitive. So talking about non-primitive type, it refers to the object. Remember that non-primitive data type refers to object. It refers to object. Okay. So consider your array, list, and string are some of the example of non-primitive data type. So for this point of time, if I write some non-primitive data type for you, it will be not good, because it is not good thing. As a beginner, you should know about the primitive data type, but in future we will going to see non-primitive data type when we are going to learn the concept of string, then your array list. Okay, so you can remember in this way that non-primitive data type basically refers to the object, and the string and your array list are some of the example of a non-primitive data type. Remember this point only. Okay, not any big deal for this. So yeah, let me ask you some questions. Let me check how many of you understand something about your data type. Okay. So let me write one question for you. Uh, I want to I want to store the, suppose, stores the largest decimal decimal number that I want to store. I want to store the largest decimal number. So which data type should I use? Anyone? I want to store.
double,
Okay, someone answer the double. Anyone different answer or same answer from others? Any different answer from anyone or same answer? Double. What do you think? Just think. If you answer wrong, no worries. If you answer other thing, no worries. I will be confirming the answer. Okay. Okay. Let me know that I am audible clearly. That Shweta is mentioning that I am not audible clearly. Am I audible properly?
Yes, now.
Okay. Okay. No issue. No issue. So my question was generally, I want to store the largest decimal number. Which data type should I use? Someone answered double. Let me confirm you about it later. But anyone have with different answer? If yes, say yes. If no, answer no. Simple.
No.
Okay, good. So the answer is double. The reason mentioned above it is here also, but I am explaining again. So in Java, there are only two data types that can hold decimal number that is in front of you, which is float and the double. But the float and double, but in the case of float, you can hold the decimal digit up to 7. That point I want to convey for you. I'm writing here. Okay, let me write. So this was the question one. Generally, all students fail to answer this point. Okay, that point is that float float can hold float can hold the decimal digits up to 7, but your double can hold the decimal digits up to 16. So here we come up with the difference. Is it clear? Remember this point. The interviewer is interested to know this point. If you are able to explain or elaborate this point, you will be definitely getting the next question from the interview. Otherwise, you are not going forwarded. Okay. This is a very simple thing. Interviewer want to know about you. Are you able to know this point? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, good.
yes,
Yes.
So can anyone let me know what is the default value for the int data type?
0,
Zero.
Hmm, absolutely correct. So next question, what is the default value for the boolean? Let me check. Is this concept
False.
okay? Okay. Someone answer first. What about others? What about others? Just answering quick five
False.
to okay, false. Is this question taken in your college or your any tutorial class? Is this question taken? It is a very famous question. Okay. Do you know before it that what is the default value of boolean? Just asking as a general knowledge. Did you know before it, or you are answering randomly?
Yes.
Okay, you should know this, huh? You should know this because generally we think that the default value is the default value. Generally we think that it is true, but in Java, the default value of boolean in Java, I am writing in that way. In Java is false. A very important point. Okay, let me highlight this as well. False. The default value of boolean in Java is false. So yeah, so let me check your simple logic or knowledge. Um, this is non-primitive data type. Okay, non-primitive data type. So here there is a list in front of me: int, long, float, and your class. So from this, which is your non-primitive data type?
Class.
Class.
Yeah, your class. Generally, you know that int, long, and float is a primitive data type, but class is your non-primitive data type. The reason is very simple. So we know that in Java there are two different types of data type, but primitive and non-primitive data type. Talking about this, your class is a non-primitive data type, and your array as well as string comes under the non-primitive data type. Okay, this is non-primitive primitive primitive sorry primitive data type. Yeah. So moving further with the next point, that is your scope of variable in Java. Yes, anyone unmuted? Akshay, anyone want to speak something? Ashwini, Akshay, yes, Akshay, Ashwini, nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, okay. So yeah, now we are going to move with scope of variable. Scope of variable in Java. So let me explain you what is the scope of variable in Java. So the variable scope, talking very slowly, please note it or understand or listen properly. The variable scope is a part of the program where the variable is accessible. The scope of variable can be determined at compile time. There are mainly two types of variable scope. Let me write for you two types. First is your local variable scope, and second is your member, also called as a class variable scope. Okay, so let me explain you with the example so it will be clear to you. So let's first discuss the local variable scope. In local variable scope, a variable can be defined inside a block, method, body, or whatever you call. In talking about the OOPS concept, that is your object oriented, there we basically declare it in a constructor. If this point of time you don't know constructor, no worry. Okay, so whatever you declare in your main block, inside any block, that variable is called a local variable. It means that this variable cannot be accessed outside the method. So that variable which you declare, it cannot be accessed outside the method. For that, you can remember this example. Let's understand with this help of this example. So example is that public class variable scope. So this is my class name generally. Remember, I'm writing a simple class name. In that there is a void method. I'm not writing the whole code. Just I'm giving to you the example so you can remember it properly. Okay. So agenda is you should understand what is a local variable. So whatever I am writing in this void method, public static void method, whatever I am writing in the void method, that is your local variable. Local variable. That is method level. Okay. Basically, this method can't be access outside outside method body method body. If you declare int x here, then this int x can't be accessed outside this method. Okay, simple example. And I hope you understand the local variable scope. What is the scope of variable? The general thing I want to explain you that if you write int x in this method, it can't be accessed outside this. If I call here this x equal to suppose I call this x here, or suppose I want to print this x here, I can't be able to get this x. If I want to get this value, I need to declare, I want to print here, I want to work on it here itself. Is this clear? Local variable? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. So now let me take you through the member class, that is your level, member class or class level variable scope. So here what happens? The variable that is declared outside, sorry, that is declared inside the class. Okay, where it is declared, that is declared inside the class, but outside the method body. So how it can be declared? I will be explaining that part also. Okay, so that type of variable directly access anywhere in the class. So no need to confuse here. A very simple thing. So let me write here for you. In this case, you can see in void method we declare an index, but if you are using the object-oriented programming concept, that is your class. So I can write in this way for you, class variable scope. This is the name of my class. In this class, what I am doing for you, I am doing that I am writing a variable defined inside the class. So here I am writing your int x. It means that if I if I write here any public class, that is your, for example, take as variable scope, or let it name as variable scope demo, so you can understand it for now. In that there is my code, that is your public static void main string args, and after that your curly braces. Then if you write here, suppose I want to create a variable scope class object. So for this point of time, if you don't know how to declare it, no need to worry. Just remember the thing what I need to explain you as a beginner. Okay. So creating variable scope class object. Okay. So how the variable scope it is generally created. So let me write for you. If you don't able to understand its syntax, no worries. No worries. Again, I am repeating, no worries. Just remember it. Okay. Just see it. How I am declaring it. New variable scope. Generally, it is a way of declaration. Okay. So I have created a variable scope class object. In that now I need to assign. So assigning value in the variable. So above you can see I have declared a variable. Now I am assigning a value for a variable here. So I can basically in object oriented, when you use the concept of this, you need to write in this way. If you are not understanding, no need to worry. Again repeating, no need to worry. We will be learning from scratch this whole thing. Okay, only some syntax you need to know, and other same thing I'm writing again, not any big deal in it. Println, that is your obj.x. Obj means obj is your object that I have created for you. So here you can see I have created a class. In class I have written int x, but this can be called anywhere. If I write any another method, then that int x can be used there itself also. So this was a simple concept of a scope of variable. Generally asked in your interview, you can note it, you can remember it, you can understand it. Okay. So is this point clear to all? Yes or no? Okay, Shweta.
Clear.
Okay, Harsh.
Yes.
So these are the some points student don't know. Okay. So this point I was Means these were the points where I also stuck while learning my Java. Okay, I started directly with the code. I was not able to know about this concept, but I want you to know about this concept because your journey should be a proper in a proper flow. So where were we? Where was my file? Variables. Okay. So let me ask you one question. The question is that can we access the variable outside the method body, which are defined inside the method body? What do you think? Again, repeating the question, please listen it, okay? Can we access the variable? Can we access the variable outside the method body, which are defined inside the method body? Yes or no?
No.
Very
No.
good,
No.
very good, very good. It means that whatever I was explaining from last 20 minutes, you are able to understand it. So variable declare inside a method have a method level scope. Okay, what is your method level scope? This is your method level scope. Where this again gone my where was that point? 7. Reserve keyword. I was writing here itself, no? Or in which file I was writing? In outside in data
Data
types.
types.
Okay, 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 sorry. So where is that? I have written here, highlight. Okay, this is point. Method level scope. Okay. So variables declared inside a method have a method level scope and cannot be accessed outside the method body. A very simple thing. A MCQ of this type of can be asked to you. Okay. So yeah, we can take one code. Okay. Let me take one code now. Where is my variables.java? Let me comment this publish static void main this part for you. Let me keep class as it is. Suppose take an example. Okay, let me comment this whole part. Suppose take an example. Okay, example. Mm, what happened? Example. Okay. So example is suppose this is my public class which name is solution. Okay, which name is solution. Consider, but presently we don't have a class named solution. So let me comment it. So if you will not get confused because I'm providing you an example, this is a public class solution. In that there is a public void display. Generally this is the function in it, display. And in that what happens that your int x equal to 10 is declared. Okay, and after that there is a public static void main your string args. Here I am writing system dot out dot println, that is your x. Okay, so this is a simple example. Can you let me know, will I will going to get an output 10? What do you think? Anyone? Will I will be getting my output 10 or not?
No.
No.
Okay, no. Anyone can let me know the reason, what you understand?
Because xi something
Hmm.
is equal to 10.
Hmm.
That I is not declared in this println bracket x.
Oh, sorry, I'm not able to understand what you are telling. Can you explain it again? Let me zoom it for you. Okay, explain it again. The answer is no, correct. It will be not, I will be not getting 10. But what I will be getting output. So let me explain for you, okay? So listen properly and carefully. The answer is no, exactly no, I will be not getting a 10. You can see here the variable x, the variable x has a method level scope. It has a method level scope. This is a method. My public void display is a method. Okay, so as per the rule or as per the variable scope or as per the scope of a variable, we cannot access it outside the method body. If I want to access this thing, I need to print this it here. I can't print it here. Okay, this was the concept which I want to explain you. Okay, so the answer you will be getting here, that is your which error? Which error? Yes, anyone? Which error?
X cannot be found.
X cannot be found. Compile time error. Sorry, compile time error. If you want to run it, you can run. You can check it. Okay, the error you will be getting or your error will be getting, that is the compile time error. Okay, so if I want this particular thing to be printed, I can go with the class method. So that I explained you in the second type. That is your this method, that is your member class variable scope. But for this point I will be not explaining because we are not started up to this point, but you need to remember this. In future we will be using this thing. Okay, so there are lot many example on Google itself. You can practice it if you want. A very simple example related to the local variable scope, and this is a concept where student gets stuck because in Java we deal with the basically class, object, public, static, void, main, starting with code are basically from this point. Okay, so hope scope of variable is clear, everyone. Yeah, Arsh, Shweta. So yeah, I want to tell you one thing more. So from next session, remember one thing. Uh, so today we covered theory. So next session will be of code. So one day theory, one day code, one day theory, one day code. In this way, we will be moving further. Is it fine? Yeah. So Shweta has not any doubt. Ashwini also not having doubt. So the reason I'm covering this theory in Java, basically this type of question are more asked because in Java you are basically dealing with your development part. In future, if you want to become an Android developer, you need to know about the Java. That's why. Have you heard about the scope of a variable earlier? Have you heard this concept, scope of a variable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Because they're dealing with a Java, it is a very important thing. Okay. Hope you understand now today whatever we learned today. Is it clear to all?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So we'll be stopping here itself. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Or from further session, our next session will be of code session. So remember one thing from tomorrow we have one day or session. Okay, one day session, one day off, one day session, one day off. So the next session will be on when? Today is what? Tuesday. So next session will be on Thursday, and time will be 1 p.m. Note it. Okay, is it fine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I need to convey you that students, uh, today, today or tomorrow itself, have you gone through YouTube channel or our YouTube channel? Their Java recording also provided. Have you seen some recording or not?
Yes.
Okay, so Shweta has seen some recording. Go through that recording. By today itself, there will be some interview question added in the description itself. You need to answer that question in the comment section. As we have some technical team member of our team of our Kodia, they will be going to check your answers. If they are correct, they will be giving you positive feedback or will be liking your comment. Okay. So there will be almost 3 to 4 questions you need to answer. In every video description, there will be 3 to 4 questions, and those questions will be interview questions. Okay, whatever we covered in lecture, those questions will be there, and some extra questions. Okay, so I hope I all will be answering it. Yeah. So basically, talking about Java, Java is my one of the favorite language. Okay, I like Java. I enjoy Java. Okay, really, because in Java there are a lot many concepts to learn. In other languages, there are not. In Python, there are nothing because in Python we have to just write only a code. But in Java, we have to learn whatever we are writing. We need to know about each and every concept. Okay. That's why Java is more famous language. You came to know about it. Java used for basically your game making application. Have you played old games? The game start with the Java name itself. Have you played some old games in your mobile, your button mobiles?
Yes.
Yeah, you can see there
Yes.
some yes. In nowadays also trending games, there Java is used. Okay, it is a very very good language. If you want to make a career in it, you should be a good in it. Okay. So yeah, we will. I am going to stop here. So next time, Aneri, Shweta, Ashwini, Aarti, you need to take care that girls side, there should be more students. You should be taking care of that. And from boys side, Atharva, Harsh, and who is one there? Akshay, I think. So you need to take a care. Okay. So you need to inform your friends itself because this session, if you are they are listening recording, no issues. But attending a live session is a different way. It is a different thing where we can interact properly. I can ask you question, you can answer it. Okay. So from next time, it's who those students? Aneri, Atharva, Shweta, Harsh, Ashwini, Aarti. Okay. You need to take care. Yeah. You can let your friends know. So anyone from which department all are? Computer, IT, EC. From which department you are all? Shwe-
EC.
Okay, Shweta is from EC, Harsh from computer. So yes, I know Harsh from computer. Aneri, so you are from EC, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So Aneri, I remember Aneri attending lot many lectures in proper way. She is also asking lot many questions. It is a good thing. Aneri, keep it up. Okay. So Ashwini, Ashwini from computer. Ashwini, you need to share this your particular our group link. No need to share group link. Those students are interested, share to them. We don't need a quality. We don't need a quantity. We need a quality. Okay. Remember this point. The students who are serious, only those students should be join our group. There are 77 member in the Java group, but attending only 15 to 20 students are attending properly. Atharva, you need to take care of it. Those students who are not attending, I will be making you admin. You need to remove those students. Okay, okay, okay. Shweta is from which department? Shweta.
EC,
Okay,
electronics computer.
okay. Shweta and Aneri, you are from same department.
Yes,
Okay, so Shweta and
Yes.
same division, same department, same division.
Yes,
yes,
yes.
Okay, it
She
is
is
a
my
very
friend.
okay, okay, very good, very good. So you are having a good thing means if you are a friend, you have a one doubt solver with you itself. Okay, if you are not
yeah,
able to solve it, you can ask me. Okay,
Yes, yes, yes.
so I think you have more friends with you, so you can also let them know, and you can have some group of friends because if you're dealing with some projects, you need almost 4 to 5 people in a group. Okay, so you can let your friends know about it. So Harsh, I know Harsh is from computer, Ashwini from computer, and Aarti. What about you? Aarti is from IT. So IT only one student. Why Aarti? Only one student from your department. I hope now Aarti will be sharing to her department also. Yes, Aarti. From tomorrow, I will be need more students from IT also. We need a different variety of students from different department because it increases the what we say quality of the interaction as well as we came to know what things are going in different department and how we can collaborate and make a things proper. Okay, Aarti. I think Aarti is there or not. I don't know. Is she listening to me or don't know? Aarti. Okay. So Ashwini and Harsh, you are from computer. So you are from the computer department. So you will be doing it. So you will be sharing it. Okay. No, so yeah, we will stop here. From tomorrow, how many of you practicing daily? If we are one day off, there is a one day off. Are you practicing Java code when there is off session? Are you practicing? Tell through. Okay. Okay. Shweta is practicing. That's why I keep a one day off for you. Okay. One day practice, one day session. One day practice, one day session. There should be not load on you. Okay. In future, you will be getting notes. code, all things you will be getting. No need to worry about it. But 1 hour, if I'm teaching 1 hour, I will be talking about the concept and the code itself. After that, we will have some general discussion. Basically, I completed our which the number of session of today was which third or fourth Java number lecture.
Fourth.
Okay,
Fourth.
okay. Today was the fourth session. Okay, good. We are going in proper way. So basically for Python also they completed I think four and C also going well. So I am getting a good response for C as well as Python. Same response I need for a Java. Okay. I know in our college there are not many students interested in Java, but it is not a good sign. Okay. In my class also, talking about my department itself, there are not many students who are interested in Java. It is not a really good sign. All students are running behind Python, then your AI, ML, data science. Yes, it is good to make career in it, but if you like Android development, stick to it. If you are sticking to one thing for a year or a 6 month or a particular time, you will be getting an output. Okay. So yeah, with this note, I will be stop this session. And from tomorrow, after when we will be having next session, I need around 15 to 20 students. So this is the responsibility of Aneri, Shweta, Harsh, and Ashwini. Okay. So we will stop here. Good night to all. Bye bye. Bye bye, Shweta. Good night.